What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Good white men are crashing out on Donald Trump. They don't want any kings. The whole point of Europeans coming over here was to get rid of the goddamn monarchy in the first goddamn place, and they be goddamn if they gonna have another one over this sumbitch. They not having it, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact these white folk are waking up. See, this is why they are so afraid of woke. It ain't because black folks been woke. We are the teachers of woke. We're the teachers of woke. We've been teaching everybody, hey, wake the fuck up. All right, pay attention to what's happening. And now it's starting to happen because of social media. Because everybody can tell their story, and they don't just listen to the one or two news anchors that are paid millions of dollars to tell us how we supposed to feel and what we supposed to think. So yeah, I'm here for it. Let these good white men, all right, look, they coming to the cook. There will be a cookout, okay? It won't be at our house, because like I said, we are under construction. To 2028, ain't none of y'all's comings inside the house. Y'all can't come to the back out, all right? But we can go ahead and rent the park, all right? We can get our auntie and them to go ahead and make all the trimmings and the fixings, and we get our uncles out there on the grill, and y'all can come on out. All right, cause it's looking like some of y'all deserve this shit. All right, cause y'all not playing out here in these parts. All right, y'all told us to stay in the house. Y'all went out there with the No Kings protest. Y'all doing what y'all said y'all was gonna do. Y'all silent majority or being loud majority, and y'all got to keep it up. All right, we need to see the change. We got to see this. We got to make this change. And listen, the real test is these midterms. All right, cause all this stuff sound good. It's all looking good, all right? It always looks and sounds good, but we will need to see y'all turn this shit into action. We need you you majority. You guys say y'all the silent majority. Y'all no longer being silent. We need y'all to turn that into votes. Absolutely crush this neo-Nazi administration come the midterms as best as humanly possible. That will give us a demonstration that you guys are dead serious, because right now I want to take y'all seriously. I'm trying to take y'all seriously. Y'all saying y'all serious, I'm trying to take it seriously. Right? But we gonna see come the 26th, 2026, and then 2028, all right, when we're finished our construction and we get out here, all right, and we start this little political kumbaya that you know we're gonna do, all right, we not gonna get our hopes up, because I mean we had our hopes up the last time, y'all saw what happened, all right, but we gonna go out there, you know, and we gonna reluctantly unite, and we're gonna see if y'all still put that foot to ass like y'all say y'all gonna do. We'll still see if you guys are truly allies, because y'all got a lot of making up to do, and y'all know it, because the worst half of y'all has let us know who they are, and you guys got to make sure you guys are louder than they are. All right, show us that you could be different humans. You can be a part of the human family. All right, you're gonna have to defeat this in this civil war, this battle of attrition between white neo-Nazi racists and white folks who are humanists, who just want to live and be happy with everybody else. You guys gonna have to show us you can be just as mean and vicious and savage as them, and you can put them in their place, which is nowhere, because their future does not belong to them. Show us who the future belongs to when it comes to you people. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
See, they tried to rule us once before from across the ocean, to silence our voices, to break us down, and to blind us from the truth. But you cannot chain the soul of a free people. We come from a long line of farmers and fighters and men and women who would have rather died on their feet than live on their knees. We kneel to no crowns, we bow to no thrones, and we stand tall for freedom, liberty, and justice for all. This land was carved in rebellion and baptized in courage and built on the promise that the power belongs with the people. No tyrants, no masters, no fucking kings.
This is so sad. MAGA is absolutely crashing out over the size of the No Kings protest yesterday. Here you see Cat Turd claiming that this crowd right here was actually from 2018. No, it was yesterday. There's plenty of other Trump supporters making the exact same claim. They simply can't deal with reality.
What's your response to the protest over the weekend, the No Kings protest on Saturday?
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of massive No Kings protest that swept across all 50 states and Washington, D.C. Yesterday, organizers say that nearly 7 million people attended events to protest what they called President Trump's authoritarian power grabs. To put that in perspective, that's 2 million more people than the first No Kings protest back in June. People of all ages and backgrounds came out sporting costumes, waving homemade protest signs. Some of the biggest crowds were seen in Chicago, New York, LA, DC, and Boston. But crowds also turned out into smaller cities and towns. Protesters even showed up in Republican-led states that voted for Trump in 2024. But no matter where they were from, they all had one unifying message: America is no place for kings.
They're not going to intimidate us with tyrant talk. We are out here to stand up for this democracy.
Do not cower to the fascism and the threats that are coming from DC. That's what they want us to do, and they will only be successful in that if we remain silent.
We are standing up for those who are scared to come out. We're standing for those who believe in democracy. And it's beautiful to see all these people here. It gives me hope. It gives me a lot of hope, honestly. And that's what we all believe in. We believe in hope. We believe in getting back to America's beautiful self.
City at the No Kings protest, where thousands of New Yorkers and other people from elsewhere have come out to protest Donald Trump, and they think he is an authoritarian, a fascist, and acting like a king. There are thousands of people here, many of whom are queer and LGBTQ identifying, and they believe that LGBTQ rights are the first things to backslide in a democracy. What do you guys think?
They love me, they really love me. I love it. We're in Times Square, folks. We're having a great time at the No Kings rally. They're here for me. They're throwing me a parade. I love a parade. Thank you so much. We love it, folks. We love it. Look at this.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, and I say this like not loud because I don't know how everybody got their own opinion, right? I voted for him last November. I voted for him in 2020. I know it's probably shocking because I'm here, but like I would have voted in 2016, but I was too young, so I couldn't, right? I used to have a political platform online all across social media. I have over 150,000 followers. I used to host protests like this in DC. I used to be a Trumpy, a diehard. I have contacts at the White House, like years ago. I used to, right? I feel like, and again, this is just my opinion, but like I feel like the guy, the Trump before, who he is now, extremely different.
So this is what Donald Trump had to say after 7 million people protested against him around the entire world. He claims the No Kings protest was actually small and ineffective and doesn't represent America. I wish I was joking. Just take a look at this clip.
And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
If these protests were so small and ineffective, then why did Idaho look like this? And why did Austin, Texas look like this, an entire sea of people spanning out for miles? This wasn't just a few hundred people with signs being paid by George Soros to be here. This was 7 million citizens across the entire world standing up for free speech, democracy, and equality. From New York to London to Tokyo, people marched because they see what's happening. In the United States, we have a president that's acting more like a monarch than a public servant. And Trump's reaction to all of this perfectly captures why why these protests exist in the first place. Instead of doing some basic self-reflecting, he chooses to attack everyday Americans for exercising their rights. When millions of people are demanding accountability, he chooses to call them radical left lunatics. That's not leadership, that is projection. When you jail protesters, censor critics, and replace government officials with loyalists, you're not behaving like a president of a democracy. You're behaving like a ruler who millions of people are marching against and the world is watching.
Well, we're seeing what's happening. First of all, we're understanding that the immigrants aren't the criminals. If you look at the statistics, most of the crimes that are committed in this country are by white people, that non-immigrants.
Ride your bike, you fucking go get a job.
I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall. Boom. But I had a praying grandmother. All of my bodily fluids were doing their own thing and I was dying. I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall. Boom. But I had a praying grandmother.
If you actually think black people should be out in the streets protesting, I need you to answer one question for me. Why would you ask people that only are 13% of our population, who have the least amount of power, expect them to go and fight a fight which is basically white supremacy on steroids? And you know, here's the thing. You know who can actually dismantle white supremacy? White people. Yeah, that's right. White people are the only people that can dismantle a system that they created, right? It doesn't make sense to ask people that don't have the power, who didn't create the damn thing. This is our job. And it's, now that I think about it, all of the rights and privileges that we've had for the last 50 years were actually won and created by black people. So we're so used to having them do shit for us. We expect them to do this one too. No, we have a maniac in office. We have Nazi fucking, pathological sociopaths in office. This is our fight. This is our fight. Point blank, period.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.